I'm recording this as part of a case file review. This case is based on a real missing persons investigation that occurred in the United States in the early 2000s. The victim was a 46-year-old man named Thomas Reynolds. Thomas was a husband, a father of two, and a regional sales manager whose job required frequent overnight travel. He was known to be responsible, punctual, and predictable. On November 2nd, Thomas checked into a mid-range hotel along a major interstate. He was scheduled to attend a business meeting the following morning. At 9:14 p.m., Thomas called his wife. The call lasted just under 3 minutes. During the call, Thomas sounded normal. He said the drive had been long. He said the hotel room was fine. He said he would call again in the morning. Nothing about the conversation raised concern. At 6:48 a.m. the next morning, Thomas failed to answer his alarm. He did not call his wife. He did not show up for his meeting. At 7:32 a.m., his phone went straight to voicemail. Hotel staff were asked to perform a welfare check. When they entered Thomas's room, they found something strange. The bed had not been slept in. His suitcase was open. His clothes were still neatly folded. His laptop was on the desk. His phone charger was plugged into the wall, but his phone was gone. So were his shoes. There were no signs of a struggle, no blood, no broken items, no forced entry. The room looked exactly like someone had stepped out for a moment and never came back. Police were notified at 8:21 a.m. They immediately reviewed the hotel's surveillance footage. Footage showed Thomas entering the hotel at 8:43 p.m. the night before. He checked in. He rode the elevator to his floor. That was the last time he was ever seen on camera. No footage shows him leaving the hotel. No footage shows him entering another room. No footage shows anyone entering his room after him. His car was still parked in the hotel lot, unlocked, nothing missing. Investigators interviewed hotel staff. No one remembered seeing Thomas after check-in. No one heard noise from his room. No one saw him leave. Cell phone records revealed something unsettling. Thomas's phone last connected to a cell tower near the hotel at 9:17 p.m. 3 minutes after the call with his wife ended. After that, the phone was never used again. It was never powered on, never pinged, never recovered. Police initially suspected Thomas may have left voluntarily, but his family strongly disagreed. Thomas had no financial problems, no known enemies, no history of mental illness, no reason to disappear. Then investigators discovered something that changed the tone of the case. At 9:16 p.m., 1 minute before his phone went silent, Thomas placed a second call. It lasted only 6 seconds. The call was never answered, and it was never mentioned by Thomas's wife because it wasn't made to her. 11 Labs, Part 2, less than or equal to 5,000 characters. The second call was made to hotel room 214. That room was unoccupied. No guest had checked into it. The room was supposed to be empty that night. Police reviewed the call logs again. The call was real. 6 seconds. No voicemail. No connection. Just a dial and disconnect. Investigators searched room 214. It was clean. Unused. No belongings. No damage. No fingerprints of interest. But something about the timing disturbed them. The call occurred 1 minute after Thomas ended his call with his wife. Police questioned whether Thomas had heard something, or seen something, or believed someone was in that room. Hotel keycard records showed Thomas's key was used once after check-in. At 9:18 p.m., 1 minute after the call to room 2, 14, but not on his own door. The key card was used on the stairwell access door, which meant Thomas left his floor using the stairs, not the elevator. No camera covered that stairwell. Police searched the stairwell. Nothing. They searched the roof. Locked. They searched the basement. No evidence. No sign Thomas had been there. Days passed, then weeks. The case stalled. 6 months later, a construction crew working behind the hotel made a discovery. They found a pair of men's shoes near a drainage culvert. The shoes were identified as Thomas's. There were no other belongings. No wallet, no phone, no clothing, no remains. The area was searched extensively. Nothing else was found. The official conclusion was accidental death. But investigators could not explain several things. Why would Thomas leave his room without his wallet? Why would he call an empty hotel room? Why would his key card be used on the stairwell door? And why was there no footage of him leaving the building? Years later, Thomas's wife received a call. There was no voice, just background noise, wind, and something that sounded like traffic. The call lasted 4 seconds. The number was blocked. It never happened again.